Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Mary Lisa and this is The Girl Meets Yarn episode 22. Welcome back. Today is August 15, 2019. It's been 3 weeks and something since I last recorded, and I am so sorry about that. It's pretty much 4:30 p.m. and I finally got the house for myself, and I decided why not. I had my notes done. I'm organized today, people. So I was just like, let's do it. Let's just whip up the camera. My hair is a mess. Today is wash her day, so I just pull it back in a cute bun, put some earrings, huge earrings, and some lipstick, and call it a day. An extra liner, because you know, why not being a little bit extra. Anyway, so if you don't follow me on social media, in my Instagram is mablu_123. You can find me there. That's my personal Instagram. I don't just post about knitting related things. I post about my personal life, my kids, my dog. So if you are easily offended by language or by not having the content that you're looking for, I am not the girl for you to follow, and I'm totally okay. Said this because the other day I went with my daughter to a store and I got a message that was deleted, and I got blocked from this person because she was pretty much offended that I was with my daughter having one-on-one. Great, you know, I cannot do anything about that. I spend time with my kids and I love to document it on my social media, so you will survive. Anyway, so my Ravelry is Mary Lisa Lugo all together, and I'll put all my domains down here. And today I have a different kind of video, and I am sweating. So it's pretty much 78 degrees inside of my house. I closed all the windows, turned off the fans and the airs, so air conditioner. So so you guys can hear me better, because I know last time we had a lot of like that background noise. So I'm trying my best to be the best YouTuber there. Anyway, but today I'm gonna have a different kind of video, and I'm gonna put the timestamps on the description below. So go ahead and skip whatever you want to skip, because I'm gonna do a little bit of vlog just to start, and then we will go and go into the FOs and whips and everything that I've been working on. Okay, so I have been very busy. I have a lot of friends that have been not complaining, but you know, they're like, oh, I wish I have more time to do more stuff, because I have my kids at home and they're little kids. I have grown kids. I have a 23, almost 24, and I have a 19-year-old. Kids are here on summer break from college, both of them, and it's been hard. You know, my daughter, she got a job, she landed a job, but my son was not that fortunate he arrived a little bit late on the summer kind of hiring process, so he couldn't get a job because he was gonna have a job like for a couple weeks or a month. So they were like, no, we need somebody like long-term anyway. But he's here all the time. He's here all day, and he leaves pretty much at 3:34 to go skateboarding, and he will be out of the house until pretty much 10, 11, 12, 2, whatever. But he will be here all day when it's the time that I podcast and I take, you know, the time to or I have free time to do this. But last time I did, he was here and he was recording me from the room beside him, or you know, in this side, and he was like, you know, making fun of me on his Snapchat and Instagram, and I was just like, you know what, I'm I'm not looking forward to be made fun of. They think this is totally a joke for me to get on YouTube and talk about knitting. They think I'm just delusional. Anyway, but we have to do what we have to do. It's been very hard. So I apologize if you guys have been waiting for an episode and I have not come out with one. It's just because I have my freaking kids here. I cannot wait for them to get out. I am not kidding. You know, I admire the people that say that my kids are everything, they're my life, and I have never ever been that mom. I think because I was such a young mom. I had my kid when I was 19. I was just, you know, it was really hard for me to be not young or, you know, student or whatever. I was just like, oh, that dropout, which I never drop out of school, but you know what I mean, like that girl who has a kid. And I always wanted to be the best at everything, best a mom, best student, best worker, whatever. So I just didn't put myself on this mommy block, right? And kids were my entire life. You know, I love them to death. I will give myself my life for them, but they're just too much. And when they're older, it's just insane. You know, they eat like a horse and they make messes just like little kids. So if you have little kids at home, I totally get it. I still have the same. They're all a little bit grown with pubic hair. Anyway, they will kill me. They are gonna kill me. Anyway, so if you see me like that, you know, like a little chicken, it's just because I'm sweating. I'm sweating bullets or sweat, whatever. Anyway, so after I recorded last time, I was very, I don't want to say stressed out, but I was just like doing a lot. I was just, you know, with the kids and whatever, and a lot of things were happening, and I was just like, I need like a solo time. And for some reason I forgot that Blackbird Fabrics, they are in Vancouver, Canada, and I am in Seattle, so it's like 2.5 hours away. They were hosting, it was Friday and Saturday workshop on printing, block printing on fabric. And I talked with Anna a long time ago, and I was just like, you know, I may want to pursue doing my block printed bags and then maybe selling them, and I'm going to separate this amount of money, and you know, I'm going to just have like a very limited budget to start with and see where it goes. And she was very supportive, like Anna always is, and she said go for it. She's the only one who has seen what I've been doing. It's not too different from the one that I did before, but I, you know, went and got the fabric and printed a bunch of bags. I would say it's around I think it's around like 60, no more. So I have around 40 bags. So if both sides are printed, so like 80 pieces printed. And I was just like trying really hard to make the impression kind of like soak into the cloth, and I was not getting anywhere. So I have this book about, you know, printing in fabric, and for some reason I totally forgot about it. Anyway, back to Blackbird Fabric. They were hosting this workshop, and I told my husband, and my husband was like, no, I don't want to go, because I was like, let's go, and he was just like, no. So this was on Thursday, and the workshop was Friday. So I said to my husband, you know, they just posted on their Instagram handle that they have one spot left and I want to go. And my husband was like, you know, he looked at me, he looked at how stressed I was. Like, he was just like, okay, I will get you a hotel room and just, you know, just pay for it and just go. And that's exactly what I did. So I'm going to introduce a little bit of the vlog that I recorded. I didn't record a lot in the workshop per se, but I'm going to insert just a tad little video here. Hey guys, good morning. Today is July 19, 2019, and Mimi's getting crazy. Let me show you Mimi. Anyway, so it's 10 something. It's 10 what? Okay. It's 10:23, not that it matters, but I am getting ready to go on an adventure this weekend. I live in Seattle, and you know, Vancouver is 3 hours away from us. A couple of months ago, I told my husband that I wanted to do this class in the Blackbird fabric store in Vancouver. They were offering a block printing class July 19th and 20th. I told him, and he was like, no, we will be traveling, whatever. But I never went and you know, sign up for the class. But yesterday I was on Instagram and I noticed that they had one spot left, and I was just like, I truly need a break from, you know, I just need a break from, you know, being here and my family. So I asked my husband if it will be okay for me to go. Not that I need his permission, but you know, I was trying to be nice. And he said, of course. He got me a hotel room in Vancouver, and I signed up for the class, and I am going to leave in approximately an hour and a half. I have to do some errands. I have to wash my hair and all that before I go, and I have to exercise. I woke up kind of late today. I woke up at 7:30, and I have not done a lot. I just sat and watched some TV, and I did my shake, but I now need to exercise a little bit, get ready and get going. And I want to take you guys with me, because why not? I have like 8 minutes to finish on my exercise, but I cannot finish because it's 11 a.m. and I need to shower and have some breakfast. I did have a shake, but I need a breakfast, and I am running out of time. Anyway, so this is done. At least I moved today, so that's the only thing that, you know, it gets me like, yay, I move. And I only need shoes, but I have my bag prep, my knitting bag. It just is huge. It has I have my little apron. I don't want to miss my stuff, my clothes. And then I have my French bag, and then the bigger bag, and then my clothes. And I am pretty much ready to go. I need shoes, keys, and let's get out of here. I made some yogurt with fruits and granola, and I left all of that, and I left my water and everything. But you know what, it's okay. I'm here. I don't have the keys to go up, so I will just suffer in vain. But I'm in the car. It's 12:50. I'm 50 minutes behind, so let's get on. I just passed the border. I don't know why I always pass. I go to the border and I always feel so nervous. Just because it's always like a story that somebody stay there for like 5 hours, some kind of random story, and I'm always like, hey, how are you? I am going here. And they're like, go. So anyway, so yeah, on my way to Vancouver. I'm super excited. Is Saturday. Is what 9 a.m. It's 9 a.m. And I got ready. I have the same jumpsuit that I had yesterday, and I showed you my shirt and of course my underwear. But I woke up at 5:30 this morning. I didn't close the windows, and the sun was peeking out through the in between the mountains. And then around 7 a.m. the tenants or the visitors, or I would say tenants, the tenants that are on this side of my room they have like kids, and they were fighting and they were so loud. So I just tried to snooze a little bit, but I couldn't. Right now I can hear them going, and I don't want to be mean and be like calling anybody, so I'm just going to embrace what it is and get in my car and go have a great breakfast and do some window shopping and browse around before I go to my my class at 12. So I don't know if I will be able to record there. I feel very self-conscious when I do, but I'll try my best. So let me get out of here, check out, and I'll show you what I'm doing.
Tonight we're running on the right track. I know we never gonna look back. Oh, I just wanna have a good time. Call me whatever, 'cause I'm up for anything like that. Oh no, we don't wanna do slow-mo, so tonight we just let go. To the beat in the streets, every freak out singing like, singing like, party like, freaking out. To the beat, yeah, we freak out singing like, party like, freaking out. To the beat, yeah, we freak out singing like. Where's the fun in doing what you're told? But I don't mind even though I lose control.
Cut exactly when I finished with my project, but I didn't record how I felt or nothing like that, so I wanted to just take a moment and talk about the experience. So number one, the workshop was not super expensive. It was $199 Canadian dollars. It was like 150 something US dollars. It's a lot of money, but you know, I went, like I said, with the idea that I was not going to learn too much. It was just going to be, you know, what can they teach me? You know, I went to art school, whatever, and all the techniques that I was using were for paper printing, not for fabric printing. So the fabric definitely is prep. I was not prepping my fabric. The ink is totally different. The way you apply the ink, the way you set up your area for printing, everything was totally different. The way I was doing, I was not doing it incorrectly. I was just not using the technique for the appropriate material. So I learned a lot, and I think that just taking the time to go and, you know, I just went and I got on my car and I went, and they were like, oh, you're the girl from Seattle, like, you know, I was just like from Australia, and I'm just like, yeah, it's just not that far away. They were so warm and welcoming. I left hugging everybody, you know, like it's not surprising that I did, but you know, it was just a very nice experience. I had dinner solo on Friday. It was amazing, and I had like a solo breakfast on Saturday, and it was delightful. I thought it was going to be super awkward and whatever. I did make a line for an hour to have Saturday breakfast, but it was totally worth it. I will definitely do it again, and I know a lot of friends of mine wants to go with me next time they have a workshop, and they do have a lot of workshops. They're just sold out so easily because they have very limited space. Anyway, so why I'm talking about that, because I want to do a I wanted to do a giveaway for my 1,000 followers, and I prepped everything for it, and I was just like, you know, I want this to be like bomb. Like, I want this to be super awesome, and for me it was not. So next time I will definitely do a giveaway. I'm gonna do that. I just got last week the fabric for it, and I just want to have my space back, my room, and be able to print and you know, just whip whatever I want to whip. And Skein Kane gifted me, or you guys, 2 skeins of her yarn that I'm going to give away with this prices. It's gonna be the same way that I did the last one. So I'm gonna have like an Instagram and a YouTube one. The YouTube one is gonna be bigger. The Instagram is gonna be equally awesome, just a little bit smaller, because this is YouTube, right? It's not Instagram. But anyway, maybe it will change next time. I will not do Instagram or whatever, but you know what it is. It's just we'll take one day at a time. Anyway, so let's get started. Okay, so I am going to talk about my first finished object, and it's the Ranunculus by Knit Cafe Midori. And I talked last time about this sweater in depth on the yarn that I use and all that, so I'm not going to go over the yarn that I use. I can definitely link below what yarns I use, but I finished that one up and I hope you can see it. It's black and black. I have not blocked it, and you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and put it on. Hold on. Okay guys, I'm going to die. Okay, I'm going to melt soon. It's just so fucking hot. It's insane. Okay, so last time I talked about this, and this is how it looks on. I was in, you can see my sexy bra. I was pretty much here. I was pretty much there, and I was really trying to figure out what I was gonna do with the rib. I didn't know if I wanted to all the way go back and started it again, although I decided not to. I was a little bit worried that this was gonna be too gauzy and too transparent, but now that I am finished, I definitely think it's definitely worth it, and I love that I didn't go back into it and try to do it more opaque. I wanted to do like 2 strands of the lace yarn that I have, and then use, you know, the lace with the mohair, and then do the same thing on the bottom here. But thank God I didn't went in that route, because I don't think it was necessary. And my hair is a mess. Hold on. What's going on? I just hate my hair like this. I just feel like I need a basket of flowers, and I am Lola from Juncos, which is like a town in the mountains in Puerto Rico. Anyway, is it in the mountains? No, it's not. No, let's say Barranquitas. Anyway, so dying. It's so warm. It's so nice. I use Katia airlocks, and I have a little bit left, and I had no left of the mohair. I used Shibui Silk Cloud, I think it is. Anyway, so I went down with it until I ran out of mohair. That was just, I was just like, I'm going to go ahead probably and get another mohair. But then when I look at it, I was just like, well, I don't think I need to go and get a second silk Shibui mohair. I think I just can make it crop, super crop. So that's what I did. It's definitely a more fitted kind of sweater compared to the ones that you see around, are really big and roomy. And I will have to say, for me, this one works a lot. It looks very polished, and I think I did a very well job. Okay, so let's talk about a little hold on. Let's talk a little bit about modifications, okay? So somebody asked me on Ravelry about what did I did for the cast on. So I did a tubular cast on. She asked for a double twisted cast on method, and she gives you a video on the pattern. I didn't follow that one on, because for me, I try it, but because this was so tiny and I didn't have like the right needles, like small needles. There's more hair on my nail. Sorry. Okay, I have not blocked this, and I will definitely need to block it because I am sweating. Anyway, So she has a nice video for this cast on. I just did a tubular cast on really loosely, and I just went with the flow. I keep on with the number of stitches she asked for. This is a twisted rib, and then I added the mohair to it. And another thing that I did, and you can see here, she cast off the sleeves. If you want to have short sleeves, you just, whenever you separate, you bind these off with a elastic stretchy bind off. What I did, I just put my stitches on a loose thread. I just left them because I didn't know if I wanted to do long sleeve or short sleeve, and then I decided to do this. Just pick the stitches that I had on a provisional thread, put them back on my needle, and then I did 18 rows of rib. And I did 18 rows of ribs because I wanted to be equally as big as the rib on the belly or on the bottom of the sweater. I have 18 rows of twisted rib. Okay, so that was one of the modifications. I think it looks it looks more polished and refined to have the rib, and to be honest, a twisted rib, it just gives it this kind of like luxurious, and I keep on getting up, but this, you know, it just looks really finished and pretty. Yeah, so I give it more of a structure sleeve to it, so I definitely love it. I will definitely say, if you have not done it and you want to go ahead and try it, go for it. It's really easy. You can do it like I did. You can do, you know, another version. You can do with a worsted weight. You can do whatever you want. There's a lot of people that are using like a fingering weight over a mohair, and they're amazing. So it's a really cute one. I wanted to do this one cropped and kind of like a more fitted, although the fit was not intentional. It was just an accident, but you know, trying to get some points here. But I would love to use this over dresses or with a skirt or with a high-waisted jeans. I don't mind that it's gauzy, and you can see my bra. You know, I can use, probably whenever it gets colder, I can use something fitted underneath, and it was gonna look so freaking cute. It's definitely a beautiful and freaking warm sweater. I'm dying. Dear Jesus, I almost died. Like, I almost died. You know, I'm a tropical baby, but I hate. There you go. Okay. Woo! I almost died. Okay, I almost disintegrated into a puddle of sweat. It's just there's more under my like armpits. It's just so bad. I was gonna put the no frill sweater. It's my second FO, but I am so freaking sorry. I am the worst YouTuber ever. I am not gonna put that on because I'm going to die, and nobody wants that. I am not kidding. I am definitely menopausal, if that is a word. I just can't deal with this bullshit. Anyway, so my second FO, and you guys will definitely understand because you guys saw me last time struggling with my last sleeve, but here it is. It's a very cute combo. I think I talk in depth about it in the last 2 episodes, but you see that tweediness with the cute little speckles of colors combined with the mohair. You see the mohair there. I love it. I have to say, I put it on and I squeal. Not that I squeal all the time, but you know what I mean. Like, I squeal, like happy squeal. Anyway, second time I have done this sweater. This is a no frill sweater by Petite Knits. I had to think about that. And I hated the first one for various reasons, but this one has been a joy. I did add an extra small on a US 6 needle. I use this Tweety kind of heavy fingering and a Rowan Silk Cloud. This is a, I don't know, a Rowan mohair, and I love how this ends up looking. I put it on and it's like exactly the right crop, and I like that you have that structure of the tweetiness, a little bit more kind of like a serious yarn, but then you have those speckles of colors here and there, plus the mohair. Beautiful color, beautiful silhouette, and I think it looks very ready to wear. It looks like I went and got it somewhere, and it's amazing. And probably they will say that I got it at Forever 21 like the last one, but I think this one is definitely more luxurious. I love it. I think this is gonna be in repeat on my wardrobe. You guys have no idea. So if you're thinking about doing it, I know some people have complained about the instructions being written, you know, kind of, I don't think it's the way it was written. I think it's the way it was translated, because you know, you have to definitely put your, you know, a little bit of thought into what they want from you, but definitely is a classic. I think there's a lot of classic raglan top down sweaters, crew neck, that you can follow instructions. It's just the play of using the mohair on top of the fingering that makes this sweater so attractive and so luxurious in a way. So, you know, it's just a joy. I am so pleased that I had this yarn running around and I put it in use. I'm trying very hard to you know, use my yarn, because I have not a lot, but I want to pretty much you know, get it moving, and those are my FOs. Okay, let's talk about the koiwa. Okay, so in the last 2 episodes I talked a little bit about it, but I have nothing to show. Okay, so I cast on my first koiwa, or you know, and I frogged it, and not that I have a second one, but I cast it on when I was in vacation in California. I was just like, finish one sleeve and you can cast on, because I do that kind of negotiation with myself, like, you finish this, you start this. And I again didn't swatch. I was just like, whatever, it's gonna be okay. I'm going to just knit with whatever needles she suggests, and I should know better, because I have done 2 sweaters from her, and when I use the suggested needles, it never works out. So I don't know why I keep on doing this to myself, but okay. So I was so excited, and a couple of days later I was pretty much here, or where I was supposed to be here, but when I put it over my chest it was pretty much here. So it was too small, so I had to frog it out. I was like in row 30 or something like that. I was pretty much a couple of rows down to up to the separation of the sleeves. So I just decided to go ahead and rip it out, frog it out, and finish my Petite Knits. And I started my Ranunculus, and I was just like, well, you finish your Ranunculus and you finish your Petite Knits, and you will be able to, you know, negotiation again, to cast on your koiwa. So I did just that. I started by pretty much doing a gauge swatch, I know, and I noticed that I got gauge lengthwise or height-wise with a US 5 needles, but my width, or this side, it was too wide. So I decided that to get the right fit, that I wanted a little bit loose, I was going to knit a small, and I will get, you know, that height that I wanted it, but then it was going to be a little bit wider, so it was going to be kind of like a medium. You know, me trying to be smart here, it never works. However, I just cast on for a small. And without further ado, I'm going to show you my koiwa. So I use US 5 needles for my rib, and then I went ahead and I used US size 7 for my color work. I noticed that my color work is definitely tugging a little bit. I should have gone up one more size on needles, but I think whenever I block, because this is non superwash and then this is going to be superwash, so I think whenever I stretch it out, it will give in a little bit. Maybe if that's not it's not gonna be okay, but you know, I will survive. Anyway, I tried on, it looks really pretty on. I love this part, and I saw on Instagram somebody who did this part and didn't do this part. I was going to do it again. I will definitely do that again, or do that lady did, because this feels very organic and, you know, very nature, birds of a feather, whatever you want to say. But then you go into this very graphic design here on the bottom, and for me this has you know, it just look very I don't know, it's like it's very disconnected. I feel that it's very disconnected. That's the only thing that I have to say about the design. If I was going to do a design like this, I will definitely keep with the organic, right, motif, or maybe bring some of these motifs to the bottom, probably take this out, and then just add a little bit of these here. I don't know what this is, and then you have this kind of zigzag motif. It's just, I don't know, it's just weird. It's just, you know, it is what it is. I know she repeats this motif on the hem of the sleeves, and I'm so excited to see that again, but right now I'm just like, what the hell. Anyway, you know, I have to keep it real. I don't like it. It's just what it is. But maybe it was my yarn choice. Maybe when I finish it looks very cohesive, but right now it looks very disconnected. Like this part looks very disconnected from this part, and of course her descriptions are very black and white. You don't have any kind of story that you can connect what her creative juices were with the pattern. So, you know, anyway, so I was in love while I was knitting the color work. Hold on. I was so in love when I was knitting the color work, although I was very kind of like, oh my god, why do you keep on doing this? Why are you tensing? Why are you tensing? So anyway, so if I were gonna do a modification, I will do probably a bigger rib. You have, I think it's like 7 rows of rib after this texture part. So, you know, I don't know, I will give it probably taking a little bit of that out, and I don't know, just I keep on passing with it. I don't like it. Not that I don't like it, I just feel like it's just very disconnected. Anyway, going back to the yarn, I didn't have not talked in this episode about it, but I used the Beiroa by Rosa Pomar or Red Rosaria, and I used this Dandelion and Daisy's Strange Brew. I don't know if she will ever do this again. I have tagged her several times, but we have nothing. Okay, I have nothing to give you. Anyway, so yeah. That is my koiwa, and I hope for next time just finish this up. and be done. This is such a heavy sweater to be knitting with 80 degrees inside of the house, but hey, you know, whatever. It is what it is. Okay, let's talk a little bit about dream knitting, and I have so many things lined up, and I have the yarn for it. You guys have no idea. So the first one that I'm going to talk about my dream knitting is diaphanous raglan, and I'm going to put a picture here of the design. I'm going to read about it. It's by Jessie Made Designs, and I'm going to go ahead and go and search for the description. Okay, it says here, okay, this top is the next best thing to having wings. You feel like you're floating in the sheer sleeves and featherweight body of this double B neck raglan. Be casual and cozy with some high-waisted trousers for an everyday look, or pair it with a skirt for something fancier. You will flutter either way. Yes, I want to flutter. And this is and again, I'm going to post a picture of it, but I was like, yes, send money, send the money, send the money. Anyway, this is a fingering weight sweater, and you held fingering with mohair together in the raglan part so you don't see any boobies, and then the sleeves are sheer. You can do, and the thing that I love about this pattern a lot is the fact that you have so many sleeve variations. So you can do short, you can do cap sleeve, you can do flutter, and you can do ruffle sleeves. You have to go on Instagram and check this out because there's such cutie sleeves, and now that we are in summer, I think this is gonna be amazing to have that ruffle one on. But I am going to do the bell sleeve or the bishop. I don't know which one I'm gonna do, but I bought yarn for that. This is knitted in a US 7 needle. I have not swatched, but I went to my yarn shop and I got this one. And I know you guys are gonna be like, what do you get? But I got this West Yorkshire Spinners yarn from England, fancy. And although it's super, I think it's fancy because it's from England, but it's amazing. I bought it because of the color. I had a bunch of yarn that were all speckles, and when I saw this, I was just like, I'm sold. So this one is ideal for socks. It has 25% nylon. I know, don't say it, I'm gonna regret it, but it is what it is. It was $13. I couldn't pass the price, people. It was so cheap, and I was just like, I cannot find anything that is this color that is as beautiful as this, and hello cheap. And I was looking at Shibui yarn, and the one that is the fingering weight, kind of like lace weight, and I couldn't, I just found that there was not a lot of color, and I was looking Shibui for my next dream knitting that I got, and it just kind of like, I don't know, I just wanted to see more. I don't know, maybe next time. But I was in between the Shibui Silk Cloud. I got this Shibui Silk Cloud in my hand, but then when I saw this, the Rowan Silk Kit Silk Haze, I was just like, I'm sorry, I'm getting that. So I don't know if the camera is catching this, but you can see a little bit of like rose gold on this bowl, and that's why I was just like, oh my god, what if we do this together? And that's what sold me into this. So this was $16 per skein, and I got 3 of those. Where's the other one? 3 of those, and then 1 of these, and we're gonna make a prayer and light a candle to see if I can do this sweater with this. If not, I know I can go ahead and go get another one. There was another one there. I should go tomorrow and just get it, because hello. But oh my god, it's It's everything. Anyway, so that is my diaphanous raglan. I am going to sit down today and gay swatch for that because I am gay swatching for sure on that one. I am not gonna fuck it up because he has mohair, and when you have mohair and you frog mohair, it's nightmare. Anyway, another dream knitting, and I bought the pattern is the Shelly top, and this one I'm going to insert a picture here. Is made in cotton DK, and it used for my size 395 yards. Hello, yes. I think I'm going to go ahead tomorrow and get more of these and then the yarn for that one because who made it? Somebody made it like twice already, and it looks really easy. What's going on with my hair? Anyway, so I'm losing my bond. But my bond says is 5:21, bitch, and we need to go eat. Anyway, so that is one of my dream knitting, and I think I'm going to go ahead and get that because it was like a cotton shibui one that I really like, and I think I need to go get it. Anyway, another one dream knitting, and this one I got the yarn for is The Rift by Jacqueline Cieslak, and I'm gonna put the name of her in the picture here so you guys can see. It has a badass description. It says here in my notes, so I need to go ahead and read it for you guys. So let me get my glasses. Hold on. Okay, it says here, Rift cracks open all of your assumptions about what a basic tee pattern should be. This lightweight button-up knit includes instructions for 2 necklines, optional bust darts, and a custom-fit bicep. The design features a slightly cropped body and a slip high-low hem in twisted rib, giving it enough detailing to be interesting while maintaining a timeless simplicity. I don't know why it says I was a bum ass, but you know, if it said basic tee, maybe that's why I was like, basic tee, I'm here. How more basic can you get? So, anyway. So I like number one that this pattern is super size inclusive. I like that you can adjust your bust darts, and it's for like EF, like all the sizes bust there is. It goes to IAGH. I don't know. Cup size is GG. What is it? An I. GHIY. J. I don't know. That's a lot of boobs. Anyway. Hey guys, I'm finally a B. I have been my entire life a double A, okay? Like, story time. Anyway, so I have been an double A bust size my entire life, okay? I had no boobs. Now, at 43, finally my hormones have kicking enough, and my adolescent dreams have come true, and now I have a B size bust, okay? And I cannot deal with my teeny weeny bitty like tiny boobs that I have now. They're B, you know, but I cannot imagine me having a double D's or an E size. I cannot work. I was walking the other day, I was like, my boobs are moving. Like, my boobs are moving. What's going on? Because my boobs never moved. Like, they never bounce at all. So I am like seriously, like a little kid when they get boobs and they're like, what's going on? That's me now at 43. Anyway, so I cannot imagine. I need to like probably check that out, but it's well, probably not, because maybe if I do a little search on double D's, I will get some porn sites. I don't want to get that on my feed. Anyway, back into it. The yarn is a DK for the Rift. We're talking about the Rift. The yarn used a DK, and she used a blend of you know, cotton and wool. And the best thing is that you do a gauge swatch, and depending on your gauge, you can adjust your bicep fit. So without further ado, you have seen this yarn so many times. I got a very rich color that is out of my comfort zone, but I did it just for the gram. I'm kidding. I got this rich burgundy. It's not burgundy. I don't think the camera is doing any justice to it, but I got a very cheap ass yarn. This is the Queensland Collection United. I was pretty much into between the Shibui and this one, and this one was $7, and is again it's cheap as fuck, and it's cheap, sorry, it's cheap, god, and it has, I cannot see, this has itty bitty. Okay, so it says here that it has 55% lamb's wool. I can't even read with this. And then 45% cotton, and the cotton is organic. So $7 for 251 yards. Hello, you cannot beat that. So the only thing that I found with this yarn, there was very limited colors. There was like an orange, like a yellow, black, white, and I was just like, I cannot do black, like seriously. So I decided to do this color because I think this color for fall to winter will look good, cotton and wool, so we'll see. So those are my dream knitting, and yeah, I'm super excited for this one. You guys have no idea. So anyway, so this is everything that I have for knitting portion of my podcast, and if you're not interested in sewing, this is the time to say goodbye. I'll see you in the next one. If you are into sewing, then keep on watching. Hello. I am not prepared. Okay, so I will say that this is done, but it's not. I need to put the buttons in, but you get it. Okay, let's get my shit together. Okay, number one, and the first sewing project that I have 95% done, because I need to finish the hem and put the rest of the buttons that I have, is this pattern by McCall. Is the 7950, and I did this view here, but I didn't do the pockets like that. I just did the side pockets. I just did pretty much this view, but with this straps. I didn't want to do the tie up ties. I was just, you know, it looks really cute, like in like little girly. Anyway, so I bought this fabric at Dry Goods Design here in Seattle, and I bought 2 yards of this linen. It was kind of like $14, maybe 16, maybe 18, I don't know. It was not more than 20, and I was super excited. It's again a blush color, and you can tell I have not finished putting my buttons up. I just need to sew those up because I made already the buttonholes, which I have to say my machine is a machine, because you just kind of program what you want your buttons, and it will do the rest of you program the first one, and then it will do the rest. You know you just hit and go. Anyway, so I love this one, and I will probably insert a picture of me with it on, but I love this. This is you have seen these dresses all over the internet. They're very summer friendly, and I was just so excited. I bought a different fabric for this one, and I had so much waste that I was just like, I cannot do this to myself, and I am doing that a lot lately. And I this shirt that I'm going to talk later, I'm going to just go ahead and talk about what I did, because I just think that I'm buying a lot of fabric by the fabric recommendation, and then when I go and cut, it's not enough, or is too much enough. It's a thing. But yeah, but I bought a different fabric, and I ended up doing with this fabric, and I love this one, I didn't have anything in mind for that. I did had something different, but it was just too little fabric. Anyway, so let's talk about this pattern. I bought this pattern when it was $1.99, and I think I showed it last time we talked, and I showed a bunch of patterns, and I'm gonna do that again because I did went rogue on Joann's the other day. But I got this pattern in $1.99, and things that I changed about this pattern, or things that I will have to say, this is a very easy pattern to make. It definitely is easy. The only thing that I don't like to do is the gathering of the skirt and attaching it to the body, but that's my personal preference. I don't like to do that. I just always cringe and I don't like it. So it's just me personally that I found that was difficult. It's not difficult for some people. I know I have issues. So this pattern asks for my size. I am a size 12 on the bust and then 14 on the waist and hips. So I did grade it to just fit me here with my size 12 and then move down to a size 14. It's really easy to make. You just need a hip or one of those sewing special rulers, and you just attach one from one side to the other. I shouldn't say that. You can look it up how to grade a pattern. I should not be the one who will tell you about it because you will not understand what I say. So I have 2 yards. This one asks for 2 and 3. No, it has for 2 and 7/8, and I have 2 yards. And I have to say, I made it work. I was just like, I cannot figure it out if I'm gonna be able to do it, and I did. I just needed 2 inches that I have to take away from the back panel, so I did cut the top parts, the straps and all the different part of the body's pieces, and then I went and I cut with whatever I had the panels of the body of the bottom, and I only had 2 inches that I just cut, you know, from the front whenever I whipped it up. The only other modification I did to this pattern, if I have not talked about any freaking modification, I don't get it. You get it. Anyway, so one of the modifications that I did, the straps asked to be sewn at a 5 1/8 seam allowance, and that was going to give me like a very strappy strap, like a very tiny strap, and I was not looking into it to be very thin. So what I did, I saw it, I searched, of course, before I sew it up together, and I did it at 3/8 of an inch. So that's pretty much I gained a 1/4 of an inch on the straps, and it definitely worked. It's a little bit thicker than, you know, that it's supposed to, but for me it works, and it doesn't hide my bra strap, but definitely, you know, I don't mind. I didn't want it to be too big. I probably, if I put that little strap trap, I think is it called, just to have your strap to stay together with this. But you know, I just think I'm gonna use strapless bra. Yeah. So I did this wood buttons on it. And I wanted them to be black, but then I was just like, I want them to be big, but I don't want them to be take too much away. Although I think a dark brown will have worked equally. Maybe black was going to be too much contrasting, but it did work anyway. So yeah. The other modification I did, whenever I put the straps in, I didn't adjust the bodies to be like a petite. I have like a petite torso. I always have to take like a 1/2 inch to 1 inch of the bodice part, so I didn't do that. And when I went to put the straps on, I had to take 1.5 inches out of the strap to make it, you know, make it fit me, because if not, it was going to be too low and it was not going to sit well on my hip, which is, you know, right now it's right on my waist and it works. So that's one of the things that I made. I'm super excited, super awesome. I really love it. Okay, the next one I did is bow 9197, and I put the name or the number here because this number is whenever they have this pattern in display, they have a different number, but this is the number of the pattern if you're going to just look it up on the drawers. I love both of the views. They are pretty much a long sleeve, long kind of like midi dress or a shorter cap sleeve dress. This dress have been, or this pattern has been out, I think since 2016. I'm not, I don't know exactly when they launched this pattern, but definitely is a very basic dress, and I think a dress that is really works very well with my figure because I have a very small waist, so anything that will accentuate or narrow my hip a little bit, sorry, my waist a little bit, will look great on my body. And definitely, you know, I know what works for me, so I was just like, okay. So this pattern retailed for $22.50, and I bought it with 40% off from Joann's, and it was hella expensive. It was very expensive what I paid for, but I went ahead and I got it because I was just like, I need this right now. And I think I will do this dress over and over and over. I know there's a lot of indie, not a lot, but there's some indie patterns that are very similar to this one, and I bet there's, you know, other big fours that have something similar. For me, I loved it how they style it, and I think that's why I love a lot about bow compared to how the McCall is styled. Like, hello, sometimes it's not very appealing what they do, but with bow they always take the time to make it very trendy. And if this is from 2016, this is very, you know, this is a classic. Anyway, so I went to Hobby Lobby and I bought this $9.99 yarn fabric, and it's a knit. I bought 2 yards, and to do view A, this is here for my size, I need 2 1/8. So I think I got one, I don't know how much I got, but yeah, this is here 2 1/2. I think that's why I was so bad. So it says here that I have 2 1/2, and I use a 45, I think it was wide fabric. That makes sense now. And I made this dress, and I am going to insert a picture of me wearing it. And I have to say, I freaked out so much when I put this on. I definitely have to say this is as out of my comfort zone and as I can get. I'm not a fan of animal print. I like it on accessories. I have couple of accessories that are animal print. I have beautiful shoes that Stella ruined. I have had python shoes. Where are the shoes, by the way? Anyway, I have, you know, animal embossed stuff, but never something that is pretty much bottom and top that is animal print. And because my mom used to use all the animal prints all together, giraffe with cheetah, with elephant, I don't know, like all of the animals together, and I had PTSD from her loudness. I am sorry, Mom, but you're too much. She believed I dressed like a man. I believe she dressed like a clown, so it's just, you know, it is what it is. We love each other regardless. Anyway, so I put this one on, and I was freaking out, and I posted on my Instagram stories, and I posted on my Instagram grid, and you all loved it. And I was just like, okay. So the next day I went out with it, and I have to say I love this pattern so much. Let's go into the details. So I caught a size 12 to 14. So again, I am a 2 size kind of thing here. I am a 12 on the bust in top area, and then I have to go down and grade it to be 14 on the hips and on the waist, and that's exactly what I did. I didn't have enough fabric, and it definitely shows. The instructions are very simple to follow. There was some things that I was just like not getting, but you know, they all have different methods to do things. I really like the instructions on my call. I really like the styling and the design from Bo. So you know, if you're a seasoned sewist, you can probably be like, I'm not gonna do that now, I'm gonna do that this because this is, you know, easier. However, if you're looking to do an easy pattern, I will say that this is easy, not very easy, just because there's some things that doesn't make sense. Anyway, not that it doesn't make sense, you know what I mean, it's just like, why? Anyway, so I have a very wavy, and I don't know if you can tell from here, but I have a very wavy zipper, and it shows when I put it on. I don't care that much because I didn't have enough fabric. I had to cut my this is aligned, so you cut 4 pieces of, you know, the front and 4 pieces of the back, and I didn't have enough for the back, and I cut, instead of like with the grain, I cut it again against the grain. And then when I went to put my zipper on, instead of getting the one that was like with the grain, I got the one that it was against the grain and the outside, and it waved out my zipper a lot. I can probably take it off and put it back again, but I was just cutting corners with this one. You guys have no idea. So I always try to finish my things very neatly, and I will never in a million years do this stitch that I did here just to attach the facing or the lining with the skirt. So I went ahead and I was just like, I'm not gonna hand stitch this at all. I'm just going to sew it up at a quarter up, and that's exactly what I did. It looks really kind of cute. It gives you like a little like nice kind of finished detail. For me, it's not finished like I will want it to be finished, but I love it. I thought it was too long, so instead of doing a quarter of an inch hem, if I'm gonna do it again, instead of doing 2 inches, I will do 1 inch, and that will be the perfect length for me. But yeah, it is what it is. The other thing that I did, the skirt is cut also against of the or you know, not with the grain but against the grain. So when I went to do my gather, I used the Tavida sewer yarn method to gather the fabric. I was just like, it's not working. So I was just like, ah! So it's beautiful. Anyway, so that is the second one, and then the third one that I finished is this Cielo top by the Classic K's pattern, and this is from the Roma collection, and she launched a collection I will say it was like maybe a month ago, and it's a bundle of 3. So if you, almost fell. If you are a new sewer and you don't know how to start, I think this will be definitely the introductory bundle for you. Number 1, she always have great instructions. I love everything she does. Her grading, her pattern fit are great. She takes a lot of time with her business, and it shows on her patterns. They're great. Oh my god. Okay, so So this collection is you can buy your patterns individually, or you can buy your patterns as a collection, and that's what I did. They gave me 15% or 20% off, and I took advantage of it. So she has the Pietra pants. I'm gonna do that one soon, and I love because she has a short version on that pattern. She has a cigarette, kind of like a straight leg kind of situation pants, very trendy. Like, we have seen so much of the wide leg that we're going to start transitioning to cigarette or straight, and I'm so excited. And she also give you the wide leg variation. And the thing that I love about her, and she did it this time, I don't know if she have done it before, is that if you want to just print your PDFs pieces, right, for the shorts, you just hit on it and you just get the shorts instead of getting all the pieces. And I love that they do that, so you don't have a lot of paper that you're wasting or anything like that. So I think that's so freaking smart, and I appreciate it really well. And then I love the pockets on this one. It's just the entire detail, and she has like this kind of cute pockets, and I will definitely put a picture here so you can see. You know, she just gives you something very simple with a nice twist, and I am freaking in love. The other one is the Fiore skirt, and it's just like a regular skirt or a crisscross kind of cross skirt, or you have the typical button down, very, you know, basic skirt. And if you have if you don't have a pattern like that, there's your chance. Like, there's so many patterns. There's like free ones anyway. And then there is this yellow top, which is the one that I have on. It's a yellow top with, it's a boxy shirt with cap sleeve, which is the one that I have on, or you have a gather long sleeve version, and you have the dress, and the dress is just like the yellow top, just elongated with no pockets or anything. And then again, you can mix and match what sleeve you want. And there's another view of the dress with some pockets, like hidden front pockets, and I bought it because of that, and I'm not kidding, it's so cute. Again, I'm going to insert a picture for you guys to see, but yeah, this is the yellow top. I grade myself again. I think I was a size 10 on the top and then 12 on the hip and waist, and that's exactly what I did. I went pretty much from here, I graded to just hit my 12 waist and then hips, and it worked tremendously. I'm going to back it up and maybe lift myself. It's really boxy, really cute, and I needed for my wardrobe, I needed a black just regular shirt that I can just throw in, and I found this rayon linen blend at Joann's. It was $12.99. I got it with, I think it was 30% off. They just go from 30%, 50, you name it. Whenever you see this fabric in sale, got it. I like it a lot because it has a nice drape. It doesn't wrinkle as much, you cannot see, but I have worn it a entire day. There's very little wrinkles, and it's thicker, so you have, if you want to do bottoms is a great fabric for you to use, and I love it. So when I saw it, I was in between the 100% linen or this one. I was just like, because I have had work with this fabric before, I was just like, there's no, I don't have to think about it, I'm buying the other one. Okay, we had a battery change. So I am going to talk soon about my wardrobe, capsule wardrobe, because I did that video and I didn't keep on going because like I said last time, and I don't know if I said it, but if not, I will repeat myself. We have all seasons here, right? Like now it's summer, although this summer has been a little weird, but I was getting ready to buy and make a lot of like summer stuff when the summer here is like 2 months. So I was just like, I'm just gonna go ahead and start doing a list of what you need or what I need, and then starting to add accordingly. And one thing that I needed, it was a boxy black top, and I love that I did this one. This asked for, I think it's 1 1/4 yards for my size, and I went ahead and I got exactly what she asked for. There is 2 options for the neck. You can do a bias binding or you can do a facing, and what I did was a facing, but she doesn't tell you to cut the, or if she does, I didn't hear it or read it, sorry, read it. She doesn't tell you do the bias binding or do the facing, so I cut both options. And for me, you know, when you cut the bias, you cut it on a diagonal, so it took a lot of my fabric. So probably if I just cut the facing, I can get away with just a yard of fabric. So one thing to have to consider if you're going to ever make this top, just, you know, or maybe just don't cut the facing and just get some bias tape and do it like that. The nice thing about this top, and you cannot see it from here, it has kind of like a back yoke kind of situation, and it's just divided. You have like these 2 panels, and those panels, she gives you the option to stitch it on it or not, and I was just like, wow, that would be super cute to use like a different thread or something just to give that pop of color. But pretty much this top is as simple as you can get it. I did it in probably 2 hours. I have the dress with the hidden pockets cut already, and I cannot wait to sit down and do that one. I bet I will do it in a couple of hours. And I got the exact same fabric, this rayon linen blend, and I got it in a burgundy. Who am I? Anyway, so those are the 3 tops that I finished. I hope this was not super long. Anyway, and I'm going to show you guys a pattern haul. I always check Joann's because they always have great deals with tons of stuff. I'm not a very particular glad or excited of where they source their fabric. They're not very transparent, but you know, like you cannot there's so much I can do right. There's so much I can bitch for or add. Anyway, so I went to Joann's because I needed this pattern, and this is a new look pattern. It's called the number is 6511, and I bought it because somebody said that if you ever have when she was petite, right, half of a yard, you can do this top with half of a yard. So I went and I got it, and this is $3.99. You know, you have the dress version, kind of like a more peplumy view, and then the long peplum, which is this one. And I thought this is really pretty, and for $3.99 you cannot, you know, like why not? So I got this one. And then they had the bow patterns were on sale, and the bow patterns are really expensive. They retail from $22.50 to $30 pretty much, and I'm always like, I cannot buy these patterns, they're too expensive. And you know, I went ahead and I bought a bunch. So they were $5.99. I got Vow 9101, and this is for knit fabric. So I got a bunch of knits that I bought from LA Finch. So that I thought that was going to be really pretty, very basic kind of thing. And I love this kind of dresses for all seasons. You can dress those down or them down. And then I bought this one pretty much because of this pant jumpsuit kind of situation. And this one you can do in lightweight denim, crepe jersey, linen blends. And hello, I have fabric for this one, and I think I'm going to do it soon, probably next time. And then again, you know, like you can never go wrong with this kind of dress. So that was another one that I truly enjoyed. This one I bought it by accident. I thought it was a dress, but again, they're jumpsuits, both of them. And you know, they're really pretty, cross in the front. So you can use a belt or without a belt. But the thing that doesn't show you in the front is that they have this cute back, and you have a nice knot in the back. And I think it's enough that I can just I can use a bra. But how cute is that? I'm not kidding. I thought it was you know, it was just gonna be a dress, but then when I look into it, it was just a jumpsuit, and I was just like, yes. So that is another one that I loved. This one reminded me of my mom, and I even sent that to her, and she laughed so hard. And my mom, when I was pretty much like 8 or 10 years old, I was really little, I was misbehaving in the car, in the back seat. I was nagging and complaining, and my mom had a very similar dress like this. It was flowery, pretty much like more louder than that, but it was this exact same, but she has a very oversized bell sleeve. And my mom wore these dresses all the time. So if you think I'm fancy, you don't know anybody. Yeah, I know somebody who's fancier than I am. But this reminded me of her, and I bought it. I will never probably do this one, but it's just such a pretty, my mom had this beautiful figure. Anyway, so going back to the story, she said, you stop nagging, I'm gonna take my stilettos and I'm gonna whip you down, run you up this avenue, and hit you up with my shoe, my heel. And I have to this day the vivid image of my mom running me up the avenue with her stilettos in her hands, because my mom will she will tell you, she will say, I'm gonna beat you up and you don't shut up, and you better shut up, because she will not, like next time she will not hear it, she will beat you up. Anyway, the other one that I bought is this beautiful one. It reminds me of the 70s. You know, it's really pretty. Again, it's very simple silhouette. I love this one. I hope I can do it like a shorter version instead of this other ruffle flans, whatever thing. I like that it doesn't have a zipper, and you can say here it's just like a slip-on kind of dress. And this again reminds me of the 70s. I will definitely do it, even though I am a little bit worried about that deep V, but anyway. And I'm gonna say here another one is this 9100 Vow, and I didn't say the names of it, but I will probably put them down here. Is this very easy dress. Again, you know, I know what works for me, and this one works tremendously for me. I got the other one that works with knits. This is just for women's, and I like that it has this very tailored kind of top. And for somebody like me doesn't have a lot of boobie, or if you do have a lot of boobie, this works tremendously. It's just so pretty and classic. And then again, you can do it short or long. It just gives you the option here just to cut it longer or shorter. And then finally from the Vow, I got this one, and I don't know what I got this one, to be honest. I think just because of the way it was cut, you have this front panel and then you cinch on the waist from the side. I think it's so beautiful, and again it's for women's denim linen blends, so I bet I can use this one year round. And then last pattern, this is like insane, this is like a haul, is this pattern from Butterick. Is I don't think that's the number of it. Hold on, let me get it. It's the Butterick 6677. It has a different number. The number is whenever they are on display. But I have a silk crepe fabric that I'm gonna make this one with. I think I have enough to make, I think I have enough. I'm gonna have a lot of remnants with this one, but if I do this one, I'm gonna be like really cutting it short. However, this is, I think, so pretty and elegant, nice to have. So here is the schematics of it, and that pretty much sums up everything up. Let me see. Woo! An hour and a half. Okay guys, so I gave you a vlog. I gave you my finished objects, my whips, all my finished sewing projects, my pattern haul, and my dream knitting. I gave you all to you. I've been talking for an hour and a half, and I'm in trouble because I didn't cook dinner, so I have to go ahead and order dinner. Anyway, so I'm just gonna stop the video here, stop talking. I am tired. Thank God for snacks. I did have a snack before I started this episode, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care. Bye bye.